Welcome to the Running with James podcast, where every HYROX athlete, OCR competitor, and the everyday runner has a place. We're passionate about building a community that supports, building confidence that empowers, and building champions who rise. Together, we'll push limits and chase what moves us. Remember, when you change your mind, you change your life. Now here's your host, James Wyatt.
And welcome back to another edition of Running with James. Guys, we are coming in hot and heavy. No Patreon warm-up.
Wow.
We're coming in, no stretching, no drills. We're just jumping right into this. So just FYI, just like your race, if you don't do it, we might blow up. And then top that off, that we have, of course, Coach Lauren.
What to do?
Coming in, hot as usual.
Hot to trot.
Running in, breathing heavy.
Late as usual.
20 minutes, 15 minutes late.
Looking like a vision.
And her words, she looks like a grandma.
If you dipped that vision in a vat of grease and then hit it with a truck.
Yep. Coach Lauren, everybody, Minnie's favorite character on the podcast.
Thank you so much. I'm glad everyone keeps voting me back on.
As a character, right? And then we have a special guest hope. This, I can't believe. Honestly, the last time this individual came onto the show, she said, I'm never doing that again.
That is true. You
Those
did.
were her exact words afterwards.
You did say that.
Those are still my words.
But she has been on the podcast every single week because that lovely, silky voice you heard to get this thing started is the voice of my lovely wife, Coach Leah, Big Lily, as we like to call her, Leah Wyatt.
As you like to call me.
The red rose of Texas.
Yellow rose.
Well, the yellow rose is a thing, but you're the red rose of Texas because you red hair. Leah Wyatt, everybody.
Hello, hello.
My blushing bride. So my wife does not talk quietly. If you've heard me talk about her, you know she's a loud talker. But for some reason, as I'm setting these levels up on this microphone, she's being very, very genteel. What's that about, Lee?
I'm not a loud talker. Only sometimes. Only when I'm trying to get my point across.
You mean all the time?
Or maybe I'm like super excited about something.
Well, you must be excited a lot.
But on a day-to-day, I don't feel like I'm a loud talker.
You sure? You sure about that?
I mean, unless I have to talk above someone to get...
Oh,
Like,
so it's
you.
not that you're a
I
loud
think
person.
it's just that we've been together so long that I,
my fault.
like, now I match your level. So I have to rise.
That makes sure.
Yeah.
You know what? What I've come to find out is if you go deep enough in any topic or thing around this place, basically it always comes back to it's because of me. It's my fault. Bottom line, it's my fault. Always.
I don't know if I would consider Lily, sorry. Now I'm doing it. Leah, I don't think I would consider you a loud talker. I would mostly describe you as like someone of fewer words. You like reserve your thoughts and all that for when they actually really matter or when you're like in a really trusting environment or something. Otherwise, I feel like you keep to yourself.
See? I agree.
But I'm also having been married to you for 25 years. So
You can't see my face right now, but I'm making this like rolling my eyes.
women supporting women.
Yeah, you're right. I lived with this chick for 21 years. Next month,
21 years.
This month, or next June 25th will be our 21-year anniversary. It's
Little
hard to
over.
believe we've been married that long, Leah.
I know.
Can you believe it? And we don't look like we should be married that long.
Nope, not at all.
We're so young.
Maybe like a year or two. Married.
We should have only been married for a year or two. We don't look that young. Well, maybe you do. I don't. So you know what? I don't know if I told you this the other day. I was talking to some people, and we were talking about being married a certain amount of time. And they asked us they asked me how long we'd been married, and I told them. They're like, "Are you serious, man? Y'all must have gotten married young." I was like, "Well, I mean, kind of, I guess, a little bit, but I mean, it was kind of middle, maybe young for nowadays. But back then, we were behind the 8 ball."
I would say I feel like that was probably about the normal age to get married.
Yeah, I mean, her sister was married before us, and she's younger than her. My brother's younger than me, and he was married with a kid. Our nephews and nieces.
Early 20s.
Yeah, so, but when I told them that Leah was older than I was, they were like, huh?
6 months.
Not Leah.
6
Leah.
months.
Leah, you are older than me. That's all that matters.
Okay, but I just want to clarify that it's
you were
only
born in a different year than me.
it's
That
only
means you're at
6
least a year older
months
than me.
difference.
At least a year older than me. Literally, Leah, you were like hanging around my crib. Saying,
Okay.
I'm going to get that one.
Whatever you say, babe.
Anyway, this is my lovely bride. And I mean, technically, she's also the boss. If you ask my daughter, she says, Daddy, I thought you said mommy's the boss. That's kind of her favorite saying whenever she asks me for something and I tell her no. She's like, wait, but I'm going to go ask mommy. And I was like, if I said no, the answer is no. But you said mommy's the boss.
Because you do say that a lot.
I do. Because technically you are my boss, Leah. Leah is the owner of BC Fitness. I am her subordinate. And all things that happen have to go through her first.
Yeah, I should start using that.
What?
If you and I disagree on something, I'm like, I'm gonna go to Leah 'cause she's really the boss anyway.
I don't know if that would work out for you.
I don't
to
think
be
it
honest.
would.
I don't.
I would try it one time.
I think you're probably better off with me, dude.
I would try it one time.
You'd probably be better off with me. So Leah's very sweet, but she's also.
You're like no nonsense.
That's true. She's no.
You're very no nonsense. You're
And
like to the point.
I do believe.
I am to the point.
Yeah.
She's exact in that because we have been married so long. So when you spend that much time with people, you do take on their traits.
Sure.
And I think what has happened is we have taken on each other's traits. And so she has become much more, how would you put it, baby? Like less patient with people and much more like,
I wouldn't
I'm about
say
to
that
give you- I'm about to
because
give
I
you this
feel
foot.
like you are very patient with people.
I
So
am.
then
but I didn't used to
that
be. And you
means-
used to be pretty patient, I feel like.
No.
I think we switched the roles because I'm
No.
very sweet now and very nice. And like I put up with people and I try to be very like whatever, like try to watch their feelings. And Leah's like, come take this foot. Hoo-ah!
That's not true. I think about people's feelings.
Oh, I know you do. And
But-
she's like, how can I crush them?
I'm also
I ain't messing around.
no. I wouldn't say that.
I love how
Just
she's
gonna,
talking around
like,
her little shoulders are going up.
Be honest.
Honesty is the best policy.
So, would you rather me be sweet and lie to your face?
Well, I mean, I'm not worried about it. You're not nice to me. I mean,
That's I would say sweet and lie to your face. That goes under my policy. I just like sugarcoat everything. I don't lie. I sugarcoat.
What's the difference?
I don't want to hurt your feelings.
So it's like a
It's
white
with
lie.
good intention. It's a white lie.
it's a lie with a good intention.
It's a lie behind. It's a lie with a good heart. That always ends up blowing up in your face. Never works out in the end.
See, right now, this is Leah being nice. She's
Yeah.
not saying anything.
She's not saying anything, but her eyes are speaking volumes.
They are.
Well, I'm just saying.
Your
a
eyebrows,
lie's a lie.
Your eyebrows speak for you.
Yeah.
You do have very expressive eyebrows. Yeah, that. You're really good at that.
I don't know.
She's got those big precious moment eyes as well. So like those really big ones, they're kind of glassy too. Especially like if you hurt her feelings, it's like you can literally see like the tear meter fill up in their eyes. Like the liquid starts to fill from bottom to top.
I've
until it
never
hits
seen
the
you cry.
top, and then
You
when it hits the
haven't.
top, just one huge tear just like drops
I don't
out.
think I have.
You've never seen Leah cry?
I don't think I've ever had the pleasure.
See, I think that's the challenge. Is we have different definitions of like crying. Like you like to cry.
I cry over everything now.
Like you want to be. I don't know. Like you're like I just need a good cry today.
I do. I love a.
I mean,
think
there's
a good
different
cry.
kinds of cries because you can be.
You could be stressed and cry.
Well, I was thinking like you could be like
Happy cry.
yes,
Okay, you can happy
joyful.
cry. I do that.
You know,
I do that all the time. I do that when I watch people race all the time.
like proud. You know, and you're just like
I do cry a lot.
Well, I want to be honest with you. Tuesday night, as this is the last week of school, my daughter had a little concert, and she was like, Daddy, I've got my concert. You've got to come. And I've come to all of her stuff. I always come to her stuff. She acts like I don't, but it just so happens I couldn't come to this one. And so I was a little torn because, you know, I want to see my daughter do her thing, but I also know that it was going to be like an 8-hour performance with all these other kids I didn't want to listen to, right? To get to watch her 30 seconds of fame, right? So I got videos of it. And when I got home, I did not know. She did not tell us that she had a solo of singing. She had a singing solo.
she did not know until 2 minutes before.
Oh, that's a really mean thing to do to
Yeah.
somebody.
So she had a viola solo or part of a song ensemble, right? And then she had like a piano too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then apparently she had a singing solo. So she crushed that song. That
What'd she
chick was
sing?
like, and I would have thought that she would have been like very, like she can sing really well, but she would have been like shy, you know, like you barely
Like
sing
timid.
now.
Does she take after you when
No,
it comes
she's
to
a better
singing?
singer than I am. She's a much better singer.
What did she sing?
I don't remember.
Something
the
about
song now.
tomorrow or something. Some song about tomorrow. I don't know. But she crushed it. I was like, dang, girl. And then I told her, I was like, baby, I'm so proud of you. You did so good. She said, I know.
It was like she was proud to hear you say that, but then she was like shy and embarrassed too.
She was
like
embarrassed. But I think what she was saying was not that she knows she did a good job, but she knows that I was proud of her.
Yeah.
That's what she was saying.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, big head much? She's like, what does a big head mean? I was like, okay, never mind. So she's always so literal. She's like, are you calling me, do I literally have a big head? So I was like, no. It's about pride, young lady. So, but we were very proud of her. So a single tear fell down my face when I saw the video. So, but
Mom, did you cry when she performed?
No.
you were surprised, right?
Well, I didn't know who it was. I was actually watching over some other students, and I heard somebody singing, and so I had to look to see who it was because
Oh, you had no idea she had that.
I didn't know because I said, well, why didn't you tell me? And she said, I didn't know until 2 minutes before because somebody else was supposed to sing, but they didn't make it. And so they put her in there. But, yeah, she did a really good job. I was surprised.
We're going to have to drop that first album. Let that sucker go triple uranium. That's right. We're going to live off of her. So, well, guys, today I invited Leah in today because I thought, number one, it's been a while since she's been on. It'd be awesome for you guys to get to meet the wind beneath my wings. And because the topic today, I think, is perfect to have someone like her here. So today we've been doing, or the last few weeks, guys, we've been talking about the Performance Lab. And today we're going to get into what it really is to, let me put it this way. Behind every high-performing athlete is an environment that shapes them, either for the positive or the negative, right? So, yeah, training matters, nutrition matters. We know recovery definitely matters, right? But so do relationships, right? So do support structures, communication, emotional health, accountability, prioritization, community. All those things are very important. And so in this episode, what I wanted to do was kind of explore the unseen side of performance. So like the people that come to the gym, right, if their spouses or their significant other doesn't come with them, then you don't know, like, are the people at home like cheering them on and celebrating them, or the people at home being like, man, you're always gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think people truly understand how important it is to have a really strong support structure, and someone that that not only supports them but encourages them, right, and cheers them on. So I don't care who you are, I don't care how you train, but nobody performs at the best or at their highest level completely alone. So behind every good athlete is going to be an environment either helping them or hurting them, right? So, so this is my support structure, and we do everything together. We see each other all day, every day, at sporadic times, because she's actually a teacher at the school. The gym is on the same campus where the school is, because it's the same campus where the church is, right? So everything we do is
Y'all are
pretty much-
literally together all the time.
we are. We're always together, and I think it's an awesome thing. It's a good thing. It's a privilege, and I'm very excited to be able to do that. I don't know if she would say the same thing all the time, but I would, right? So I have some questions. I have some stuff that I'm going to throw out to Leah and also to Lauren as well, right? But that's what we're going to be talking about today, because we want you to step into the Performance Lab and we want you to take your training to the next level. So I want to start it out like this, okay? And I'll ask both of you guys this question, right? So what role do you feel like relationships actually play in athletic performance? Well, like, what's your concept of like the relationships you have, like how, like what that role is that they play in your overall performance?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking to take your running to the next level? Whether you're just getting started or chasing the next PR, my dad, Coach James, and BC Fitness have you covered. Join our in-person or online run coaching. Plug into our free weekly run club and train alongside a community that's built different. From HYROX and OCR to daily group fitness classes at our Houston gym. This is where athletes are made. Come run with us, train with us, grow with us. Visit mybcfit.com and start building your best.
Big Lily.
Well, obviously, I mean, if you have that support structure there, you have the people that are encouraging you, cheering you on, motivating you, because there's going to be times and days that you don't feel like it, and maybe you need that extra push.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced that, you personally?
Well, I don't know about you. I have, and I know for me, with you, there are days that maybe I'm focused on doing something and I'm like, I won't do the gym today or whatever. And you track me down and like make me go. But I'm also so thankful that you don't take no and you make me do that, because it helps me.
Yeah.
So it helps me too, because I get so focused and fixated on what I'm doing. It helps me to separate that, and maybe where I'm not doing that, you come in and you're the voice of reason, like, hey, you need to get this, you need to do this. So that part I need right now, because I have a hard time with that.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're definitely a personality that's like an all or nothing type of person. Or like you're fully invested in things, and then it's not easy for you to pull away from them, even for just a moment.
Yes. When I'm doing something, I want to do it the very best I can.
Yes.
And so
until it's done.
I pour everything that I have, all my energy and everything into that. And so trying to balance that sometimes is a challenge for me.
Yeah.
So I have seasons that it's good and I can cut off and say, okay, I'm done. But then other seasons, depending on what's going on, and if it's busier, I do have a tendency not to be able to pull myself out.
Yeah. What do you feel, Lauren? What do you feel like the role of relationships play in like athletic performance?
I think relationships, what it does is it gives you something like when you have to push through hard moments. I'm trying to think of how to word it. When you have to push through hard moments, if you're going alone, if you're doing it alone, you don't really have a great support system, it is really easy to give yourself an excuse to get out of something. It's really easy to say like, I just won't worry about it today. It's not that big of a deal, or I just don't really feel like it. But when you have a support system, I think it does. Again, it's another layer of accountability, and it's someone who maybe, like, and personally for me, if I don't feel like I'm just not in the mood to do something, like, I really don't want to do this workout, or I really don't want to do this run, I know I have a support system that one of the other girls here at the gym, she's like, I really don't want to do it either. Let's go not want to do it together.
Yeah.
And that's how we do it. Like, there's plenty of like runs where we're both like so tired, or we're just like emotionally just kind of drained from like the week or something, and I'm like, I'm just not in it, but let's go do it. We'll not be in it together, and then we end up at the end of it being like, we're really glad we got it done, and we feel better.
Right.
So yeah.
And so you feel better together.
You feel better together. You push through like this barrier together, and that's always nice.
So Leah, let me ask you this. So, on the flip side of things, right? So like with all the things between the gym, right? All my training and coaching I do, but then also the racing, right? Because then all the races we've done have been in Houston, right? Over the years, what do you feel like spouses or families see that maybe athletes, like other athletes, don't see?
Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe some of all the effort that goes into it, like behind the scenes, that you're putting into it, your training plans, like if we're speaking specifically about you know, that you're doing, just like eating wise, the early morning runs. So sometimes you're getting up, a lot of times you're getting up early to go train, that way that it's not taken away from our family time too,
I love that.
It's okay.
Tell me the question.
Can we repeat the question, please?
What do you have to deal with as a spouse?
Fatigue. Like sometimes you come home and you're tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Nobody wants to do stuff. So like there's like all the chores and all the day-to-day stuff. Like sometimes I feel like gets neglected because you're tired from training and working. I'm tired from being around
shaping those minds.
Well, not just like, I guess just the constant noise. Like I'm like overloaded with just like sensory stuff or whatever. But I would say irritability, but you're not irritable. That's me. So,
I love it. So then let me ask this question. How do you think training affects the family dynamics? Like, I mean, obviously we own the gym, right? Our whole life is technically kind of wrapped around physical fitness and things of that nature. So like, how do you feel like training affects like the dynamics of our family?
I feel you do a good job. I think it depends on what you're training for. So obviously, like a marathon or the Ironman, that's going to take like a lot more than saying like a 5K or whatever. But I feel like you do a good job of balancing it, where you're working out in times that maybe we're doing something else, so it's not really impacting us.
Yeah.
But I know for a lot of people, they probably have to sacrifice some of their family time to get in the training that they need to prepare for some of these races that are longer.
Yeah. I mean, we have an athlete that we know he's training for an Ironman, and he's seems like he is constantly training, which, yeah, you need to for that kind of effort. But he's very fortunate to have a very, very supportive family that are like his number one cheerleaders and like recording everything and like praising everything he does. Very, very fortunate and strong family dynamic.
Yeah.
So that's good, because if you have, on the flip side of that, if you have somebody that's not supportive, then that, I feel like that would put a strain on the relationship, or there could create resentment or something like that, because you're doing this, but they're not there to support you, because they're supporting him. So even though he's out there doing it, the family's still together. They're out there cheering for him. So they are still a family unit. Whereas if you have the one that is not supported, they're at home, this person's out doing this. And so there's just kind of like a disconnect there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, for sure. No. And I feel like, I could throw this over to Lauren. But how can you tell when someone has like a really good support structure?
Yeah, 100%. I think 1,000%. You can tell from the moment they step in the gym, they step out onto the pavement, whatever they're like going to do in terms of training or race day, they show up with just a lighter air to them. Like they don't feel like they're coming in with like this stress. Like I personally have a friend who they used to have a partner that was not supportive of their fitness journey at all, and the person did not understand why they were always working out or in the gym, and at the time it was just really to try to feel better about themselves, and the person was always downplaying the efforts and saying it was a waste of their time and you should be being a better spouse, or you should be home more, and you should be filling certain roles, more traditional roles in this person's eyes. And you could tell when this person showed up, like they were stressed, because they're like, oh, I know I'm going to hear about it later. If I'm here too long, I'm going to hear about it. Or if I'm going to the gym too many times a week, I have to hear about it. So it really showed up in how they trained. And you could tell they were struggling to really enjoy being in the moment for what they were doing and give it their best, because they're always in the back of their mind thinking. And so I've absolutely witnessed how the bad side can affect people. But then again, mentioning the athlete we just talked about, how it can also, they show up and they're like ready to go because they know they've got a family that's going to, like, down to his kids, they've got a family that's going to support what they're doing.
For sure. All right, hold on. Sorry. Okay, so, we train. We've been doing all kinds. Leah's done Ninja Warrior. She's done OCR. She's obviously done HYROX. We've done half marathons together. We've done marathons together. Yes?
Marathon.
Well, but we've done multiple events together.
Yes, we have.
You and I.
Yes.
Yes. I remember one particular marathon I did. It was like I think it was my second one. I had a really big goal. And you were like my water caddy. Mm-hmm. She was all over the course. She was crushing it. She was everywhere. Somewhere around mile 24, 22, I remember you were going to run with me. You remember that? That
you told me to get away from you or leave you alone or something? Yeah, I remember.
I did. Because I was in massive amounts of pain. And you were trying to support me, yes?
Yes.
You were trying to encourage me. Mm-hmm. Did it look like I was hurting?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Or I probably wouldn't have
tried to run with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I was like, get away from me. And I think there was another time. I think I've told the story about the infamous OCR event where, like, I had like the drag.
Yeah,
the drag or
leg
whatever
drag.
at the end of that race.
Yeah.
You remember there was the Spartan race right before I started like learning about running and getting certified as a run coach. And it was the relay race or not the relay, but the team race I did with like Lou and Mike. You remember that?
You literally could see his soul leaving his body.
They left
yeah.
me, and I was sitting on the fence, and you came up to me. Do you remember that?
No.
You came up and was like, "Baby, you did so good," and I was like, "Don't talk to me."
Probably.
Yeah, and you're like, "Okay, he needs a minute."
Yeah.
Right. So, like, how do you feel like in those moments, like, you know, how does that affect you? Right. So you're trying to be supportive, and maybe, I mean, we know each other pretty well, so I don't think you took it personal, right? Or did you?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day, if I take it personal or not.
Yeah.
No, but most of the time, I mean, obviously, you need your space to process whatever you're going through or your emotions about that event if it's not how you thought it was gonna go.
Yeah.
You know, so just giving you that, like trying to say, hey, I'm here, but if you're not feeling it at that moment, me step back because it's not about me.
Yeah.
And give you that space to process and then come back whenever you want to talk, if you want to talk.
Yeah. Well, do you find that, I mean, have there been races like either for you, right, or even maybe on my side, like where you felt like, you know, there was a, like say emotional struggle, right, or physical struggle, or it was a bad race or a bad workout or whatever. Why do you feel like athletes struggle with that? Why do you feel like athletes struggle so much with like emotionally, you know, or mentally after bad races?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to unlock your full potential? I want to introduce you to the Fit, Healthy, and Happy podcast, a powerful resource to transform your life today. With expert interviews, practical tips, and inspiring stories, this podcast is your roadmap to lasting wellness. Here's what a listener has to say.
I used to struggle with my health, but this podcast changed everything. It's like having a personal trainer, nutritionist, and life coach totally for free.
With over 2,000 five-star reviews, we're a podcast you can trust. The Fit, Healthy, and Happy podcast, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
I think because they have goals, whatever it is, and it's anything that you do. If you have an idea and you have a goal that you're trying to go after and you don't meet that, I mean, it's natural to have those types of feelings, but you have to work through them. So I would think that it's natural to go through those and have those struggles if you are not doing the best that you thought you could and you've been training. But obviously on race day, you never know how you're going to feel, what's going to happen, you know. And so you've put in all of this work, so it's hard to take that loss.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Lauren? Why do you think athletes struggle so much with like emotionally or mentally after bad races or bad workouts?
I think it's a lot of what Leah just mentioned. I think it is you maybe go into something with a very specific image or you have this idea of how things are going to go. And when they just don't go that way, or maybe you did all the work, maybe you think whether you actually did all the work or you think you did all the work. I think when you feel like this major disappointment, you're your own worst critic. So you're just like beating on yourself, and you don't want, it's kind of one of those things where you put a wall up, and I don't want to hear you tell me that I did amazing because I feel like I sucked.
Yeah.
And I think that is something you have to work through. I think what you said a second ago about it's not about me, it's about this individual. I think that's a really big part of it is, you know, sometimes we all get a little upset and maybe not snappy, but like we just kind of shut down to the people around us who are just trying to support us. And that can either, like you said, depending on the day, it can go one of two ways. You can either be understanding, like, hey, they're processing something, let me give them a moment. Or you do also have individuals who take that very personally, and they're like, oh, I'm just trying to be nice and you're being a jerk, but they're making it about them. And they're not actually thinking about this person's going through something. It's not about me, it's about them. And this was like their thing. So I do think that's a big part of it. But yeah, I think it's just, we're our own worst critics, and sometimes we have to work through that, and we don't want to let people in.
Do you think people get so upset because they put like that's who they are, like their identity?
Yeah,
or-
I think so. I feel like a lot of times people, we've talked about it before in the past. Like,
Putting your identity into it.
yeah, I feel like people put too much of who they are on the result of one particular event, right? And I don't think it's the event as much as the stuff leading up to the event that kind of helps form who you are, your character at least, right?
Yeah.
And your structure of discipline and, and how you overcome and what have you. So, yeah, I think it's just that. I mean, can you think of a time where, like, maybe, in training or getting ready for a race or whatever, where, you had to deal with that with me that you can think of? Like where I was like super emotionally invested, or I was like hard to deal with, or like you were being overwhelmed with like what I was trying to do, whether it was for a race or getting ready for a race or going to a race. Can you think of anything?
I don't think I've ever been overwhelmed or like that I felt like you were like putting too much time in and that we weren't, because a lot of our, I guess, fitness journey has been together.
Yeah.
I would say it's only in the last maybe several years that we've kind of trained separately. Because when we first started training, a lot of the times we would spend, it was obviously before Olivia, we would spend hours at the gym together.
Succubus.
But now it's a little bit different. But I wouldn't say now, maybe your attitude and like when you're not, but I mean, it's like short lived.
Okay.
Maybe like the day of the race, but I feel like you are very good at getting a new game plan and like, let's go, let's move forward.
Not becoming so
Not like
up.
stuck on that race, even because I know you and Jess, there's been time, that like you've made mistake, like you did the team relay, right? And so, and then you go out the next day to run and you felt not the best from the get-go, and so I feel like you were a little disappointed then, but I don't feel like you dwell on it. You just kind of say, okay, you regroup and you start moving forward immediately. I don't really feel like you like beat yourself up for like days at a time. I feel like you think about it, you process it, and how can you do better, and then you move forward.
Yeah. No. What about you, Lauren? How do athletes, you think, emotionally spiral, right? So like what she's talking about, you have a bad race, you have a bad event or whatever. She's saying I do a pretty decent job of like not dwelling on it too long, and like moving forward. How do you think like athletes emotionally spiral after setbacks?
I think, I'm trying to think, and my brain's going to like more extreme like scenarios. But I think if you're like emotionally spiraling, if you have a big setback, things don't go the way you want, I think the first thing, we've talked about this in other conversations, the first thing it's easiest to do is blame everything but yourself. It's to point fingers at everything else. So maybe in this case, it would be like you're wanting to point fingers at like your support system or the people around you, the people who are maybe like, oh, well, I have to be home too much, or I'm not getting the time I need to do. Like you're kind of pointing fingers at them. You're holding other people in your life accountable for maybe you not training properly, or maybe you're prioritizing things incorrectly or whatever. I mean, I'm not in a committed relationship, but I know in like just dating, I definitely have a setback where, because I know my life is so revolved around fitness and like training and like training others, I've literally like tried planning dates with people and they're like, well, what do we do say? I'm like, oh, I have training. What about this day? Oh, I have a session. And I'm literally like canceling out every opportunity to meet people because I'm not willing to sacrifice training.
But is that...
It's not good.
Is that your commitment to training, or could that maybe be a little bit of like, I'm trying to find a reason not to go on this date?
Could be both. Depends on the individual. It depends on the individual.
Okay.
Look, I really would love I'm just looking for the universe to supply me with a partner that wants to train the exact same schedule that I train.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that is something that a lot of people do. Like if it doesn't fit into their already developed world, they want to use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
I think your spiraling is going to be your mindset.
Yeah.
The thoughts that you allow in, the thoughts that you're thinking. And so after a race, she said you're your own worst critic. So you're going to be like picking apart like what you didn't do right,
Have
or
you done that
where.
before, Leah?
What?
spiraled or picked apart what you did or didn't do?
I don't know about, maybe not in racing, maybe just like in life in general.
Okay.
Sure. I don't feel like I'm a very competitive person.
You used to be.
I feel like
I'm telling you, that chick is a succubus. She took all the competition out of you. She just took all that juice out of you.
No, I don't.
Because you used to be pretty like.
I mean, you were running at the track up until you basically gave birth.
Yeah.
She was out there doing obstacles like the week before she gave birth.
I was doing rope climbs.
Rope climbs.
Yeah, I remember.
Like 9 months pregnant. Succubus.
Succubus.
I'm telling you, that's what they do. Little suckers.
So would you say that your daughter is not part of the supportive community we're talking about?
Where would you put her in the category of supportive community?
Yeah, like she says, let's go run, mommy. Mm-hmm. And she would probably allow me to push her in a stroller.
She's
She
way
would
too big for
allow
a
you
stroller.
to push you in a stroller.
She's way too big for a stroller,
I think
guys.
she asked me, she's like, Daddy, why don't you push me anymore when you run? I'm like,
You're 9.
what the heck, dude? Have you seen you? Have you looked in the mirror?
She is supportive, though, because sometimes she'll come in the class and say,
Mommy, are you going to come work out with us?
no, she's like, Daddy said get in there.
Yeah.
Is that supportive?
Well, I will
mean-
tell her sometimes, I'm like, where's your mother at? She's like, I
Yeah.
think she's still in her classroom. Tell her, get in here. And then she'll go right. It's like, she's so excited.
So that is, for me, is very hard having work and gym in the same building.
Yeah.
You would think that it would be
Because it's convenient.
it would be convenient.
Right.
But to separate that and be like, because I'll have all good intentions and be like, okay, at this time I'm going to go get dressed. And it never fails that I just am here and
Some
someone
yahoo walks in.
someone catches me.
Yeah.
And then I get stuck. And so, and
She
then
gets
the next,
quote unquote stuck. Kind of like
No.
your date.
not stuck like somebody comes in and it's a friend just chit chatting. Stuck whereas
They have
See,
questions.
I
that's the
don't want to
difference.
be in there.
And so that's our personality differences is that I draw a line in the sand. and
James
I'm
will say,
like,
bye.
I'm out, yo. I got to be over here. You're like, you will.
See? And you said that I was not nice and caring.
Yeah, but
And,
I don't
like,
know if that's
thinking
nice and
of peop-
caring, or you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, this is my chance. I can blame this person for me not going over there."
No. That's not true.
No,
That's not true.
no.
Depends on the day.
Leah's a very day by day person.
She is. She is. So I mean, obviously, what we're talking about, right? I mean, the thing about training, if you're going to train at a high level, right? We're talking about performance. We're talking about athletic performance. It's not easy, right? It's hard. It takes time. It takes early mornings, late nights, nutrition. There's like all these detail things, right? And so when you're dealing with that and you feel like you're having to do it alone, it makes it so much more difficult, right? When you don't have, I mean, I remember when we were getting ready for the HYROX World Championships, and I remember, telling you, or before I even signed up, I was like, hey, are you going to go with me if we go to Manchester? And what was your answer?
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
Did I say no?
At
Y'all remember
first,
this differently?
She said no, and I told her, I'm not going if you're not going. I'm not going to a different country without my wife.
That sounds like a guilt
Right?
trip to me.
And then, so she's like, okay, fine, whatever. And then she had all this rigmarole happen with her passport.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh, I felt so bad for you for
We
that.
literally
whole
went
situation.
on the exact same day, right? We went to different offices, but we went on the same day. Actually, I think you went like before me to get set up for our passports, and we went like months before.
And let's just say we had the same type of birth certificate.
This is true, but I got mine like a week before we were supposed to fly out.
That whole situation.
A week before when I got mine, she contacted them, and they're like, "Your birth certificate is not acceptable. Or we need an original or something, right?"
No, they needed the long form.
Okay, long form, yeah.
That's wild. I don't think I had to take.
I think I got it the day that we were flying
The
out.
day,
The
the
day-
morning we were
yeah.
flying out, it arrived. I remember like you telling me, "I'm not going."
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
I would say I would not have made it there if it had not been for you and Lillian.
Yeah, mainly Lillian.
Because
That chick
she
drove you
came
out
and
there.
picked me up.
She was like
drove
forcing
me.
you. You
yes.
were going.
Yes.
Yes.
So, because I was spiraling.
She was.
I was
spiraling.
already. I'm not
she was like,
going.
even if I get it, I'm not going. That's her attitude. She's like, I'm already done with it. I'm over it. And I was even like, well, baby, you could just fly a couple days later. I'm not
Nope.
flying by myself.
No, not because I've never flown that long, and I
Yeah.
did not want to
And
go
I was
by
like,
myself.
well, I can go like a day or two later. Nope, I'm not going. You just go without me. I was like, oh my gosh, you have no idea how stressed out I was. Like, I know she was like all hyped up and like worried and stressed out, but I was just like, what do I do?
I was
We've
stressed for
paid
y'all.
all this money to take these flights over here.
Well, and did y'all spend a ton of money to get your passports expressed and all that?
Well, not a ton, but we did pay extra.
Oh,
for
I
the
thought y'all had to pay,
express.
like,
I don't think it was that
It wasn't like
much
a ton, but it was like maybe an extra $45, $50.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
No.
Okay.
So, but thank God we had people that kind of guided us and helped us. And then, like you said, Lillian was like, she was your road dog helping you. But that was tough because like in the last few weeks where you're supposed to be recovering and feeling good and like getting straight focused and whatever for the race, like we're managing like travel, which is already a tough thing for you.
Oh, yeah.
Like you don't like traveling anytime. Like that's like the worst time of your life is preparing for leaving. Plus, it was like the first time we were leaving Olivia for like that long a time. So I knew that was not easy either. So it was like all this stuff. So like people don't think about or don't put into in their mind like how important it is to have a supportive spouse or have a supportive community that is like encouraging you, but then also on the flip side, not like adding to your already
Stress.
high level of freak outness and stress, right? So I don't know. I feel like, those performances and, how people help you respond and the spiraling and the emotional and mental part of it, it's all part of, being super successful. And I feel like when you have someone that's, in your corner or you feel like they're in your corner, it makes things just so much easier, right? So, but then also on the flip side, if you're the athlete, right, not letting it consume you, not letting like what it is that you're doing become so consuming that it overwhelms the things that are the most important. Does that make sense? Right? So I am a husband and a father first, but I'm also a coach and I'm also an athlete and I enjoy doing these things and I like challenging myself. But, I also do it as an example, right? Because I want to set a good example for you and for Olivia, and then for all of the athletes that I coach and for our gym. So it's like all these different elements that are going through my head. And so oftentimes I'll kind of express those to you and vent and all this other stuff. And you're always really good about, I don't want to say talking me off a ledge, but like either encouraging me or saying, well, maybe you shouldn't do it, or maybe you should do it or whatever.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
I can't tell if you're being serious or what.
I am being serious.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't tell either, actually.
I don't feel like I ever
Tell
have to
her.
talk you off a ledge, though.
No?
No. I don't. You think I do?
I
don't
think the
so.
ledges you talk me off of aren't like I'm going to quit because I'm not a quitter, right? We're not quitters in our home. Well,
Are you calling me a quitter?
I did not say that. I did. Calm down. Maybe I was talking about Olivia. We're trying to teach her not to be one. But
You're
that's
not making eye contact right now.
Just keep looking straight ahead.
Leah,
James.
I'm just telling you.
Look ahead, James. Don't blink.
I'm not blinking. I didn't say your name.
What did I quit?
We are not quitters. I just said we are not quitters in our home.
So it feels like a lot of self-conviction.
It does,
know.
doesn't it? But
She's tapping the side of the chair, James.
I feel like most of the time that you're talking me off a ledge, it's less about like me giving up on something, and it's more like me not like knocking somebody out. That's like, I feel like that's
That's the
usually-
ledge.
That's the ledge she's usually taking me off of. Like, calm down, it's gonna be okay.
Don't fight people.
Da 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 da. You said this or you did this. Like you're usually.
Yeah. I mean, I think that goes both ways
It does.
because I don't know.
She's much more likely to
I just
assault
feel like
somebody than I am.
I believe that.
I just
fully.
feel like there's certain, and not just like athletic wise, but certain situations in life and that we've had to deal with, like where you're like, I feel like I'm the one talking to you, and usually I feel like I'm the one freaking out and not knowing what's going to go on or whatever, and you're the voice of reason. But there has been certain times where I feel like that has been flipped.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all have struggles, right? We all have challenges. And one of the things I think that makes life a lot easier, a lot more fun, and a lot more enjoyable is having those relationships where you can have that, right? Where they can hold you accountable. They can kick you in the butt when you need it. They can encourage you when you need it. And they can also tell you it's going to be okay, right? Like you're not a failure just because you messed up or because you weren't like the best of the best, right? So, but I think that, you know, sometimes people can kind of, they get it twisted a little bit, right? And sometimes the thing they're doing can become, or the commitment can become an obsession to an extent, right? Where it's like so all consuming that other things are not important.
Well, and I mean, that always makes me wonder, like, what kind of household the individual, like, maybe grew up in. If they grew up in a household where, like, success was very highly valued for, like, affection from your parents. Because I think that sometimes can be the case. If you grew up in a household where, like, your parents were maybe into sports and they really, really valued you doing really well in school or well in sports, and that was, like, when you as a kid maybe started noticing you got the most praise from them, then I think you internally start to put a lot of, like, you start to build these connections where if I do very well at something, then people will praise me and I will have value to people.
Yeah. Well, how do you think that, you know, athletes or maybe their support structure can know the difference between they're just super committed or they're becoming obsessed or they are obsessed? Because I would say that if you're an Olympic athlete or, you know, you're a professional or a super high elite athlete, most people would say those people are obsessed.
I think if it starts ever becoming a point of, like, being mentally, physically, emotionally damaging, like if it is ruining, I think if someone has a good head on their shoulders, even if they're very, very dedicated to what they're doing, if it's just, like, important to them but not an obsession, you would still be open-minded to, like, your support group, whether it's your wife, your spouse, or, like, just even, like, a friend or whatever, would coming to you and, like, expressing the concern, your first reaction is maybe not to, like, fly off the handle, get defensive, and get angry about it, but actually, like, listen. So I feel like a lot of that comes back to, like, where are you mentally with everything?
What do you think, Leah?
I would think that it would be a conversation. So if it is somebody that's just, like, really committed and they have these goals that they have, like, talked to their spouse about it, and they know what they're investing, what the plan is, what they're doing. So as if you're obsessed, you're kind of, like, shutting everything else out, like the people, commitments, whatever else is going on, you're kind of shutting that all out. You don't have any time for that, and you're only focused. You're just, like, laser focused on this one thing, and you have no time for anything else. So I would say that's where, like, obsession would be.
Do you feel like that's ever been the case, like, for
with
like,
us?
With us? Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, you do a good job of, like, if you have something or a race that you want to do or anything like that, you usually come, and I don't know how long it takes you, but you usually come and tell me, you know, this is what you're going to do, especially if it's, like, something that's out of town or whatever, just to say, do we have anything on the calendar? I want to do this race. Are you cool with that? You know, and so I don't know that I've ever said, no, I'm not cool with that. But
I don't think so.
I think.
Oh, well, the one thing I can think, not that you said no to, but like BC Fitness, right? Well, before we started it, right? When I was kind of going through the process of deciding or whatever, because I mean, this is completely taken over, right? Like I'm here all the time, right? I get home late, early, right? When we're together all the time, but, like, even with that, I'm still away doing other things, right? And with other people and stuff. So, but, you know, I remember going to you and talking to you about it, and you were pregnant. I don't even remember how pregnant you were, but you were pretty deep in that pregnancy. And
the succubus was growing.
Yeah, the little succubus was
forming,
like, just sprouting. And you know, I remember coming to you and being like, hey, this is what I want to do. Do you remember, like, what that felt like, or what were some of the things that went through your mind? Because I was like, this is going to be tough, right? What were you thinking about?
Really, now?
Yeah.
No,
that's what
I think. Really, now? Like, you couldn't have done this, like, before I got pregnant, because you had a good job. You were making good money. You had benefits, health care. So, like, all of that, and then you're you're leaving and you want to go out and just do your own business.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I was like, but on the flip side of that, like I could tell, like that's what you were passionate about. What you were doing, you weren't passionate about. And I think you were getting tired and you didn't want to do it anymore. And I could tell, like on a day to day, that you were kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, that's exactly the perfect way to describe it.
So, and I mean, if you were happier and you were fulfilling your passion by doing this, then that's, of course, what I would want.
Yeah.
So, and of course, it would take sacrifice, but in the long run, and we were able to be together.
Yeah.
So if you would still be working the other job, you know, with Olivia here too, I don't know, like, what would you have missed in her life?
Yeah.
So what's more important? Like those memories that you'd never see, or having money?
Yeah. I like how she worded that, making it very, very clear that we don't have any money.
I mean,
Truth hurts. So make sure, if you're not already a subscriber to the Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/runningwithjames, and you can support the show and our succubus.
on a side note, Olivia told someone today she couldn't practice golf in our backyard because it was a jungle.
It is a jungle. It is a jungle. That rain came in, and like it went from like needing to be mowed in 2 days to like
It's as tall as Luna.
as tall as Luna. Seriously.
I'm sure Luna's just like, boom, little
Like-
bunny rabbit
like,
through it.
It was like, I was like, okay, I need to get the guys out here to mow it, or I need to mow this thing. And it was a little tall. I mean, not tall, but it was like you need to
You
cut
could
the
tell
grass.
it could need to be cut, yeah.
It needs to be cut the grass, right? It was a little uneven. And then it rained for 2 days straight. And then, oh my gosh.
I opened the blinds and he was like,
It's like it came. It literally, I'm serious. In like
could
2 or
see
3
it over
days,
the wind.
it went from nothing to out of control.
Enjoy it, because if that summer heat comes, like I think it's going to come, it's going to all go away and be sand.
Maybe.
So enjoy it now.
I don't feel like ours is ever sand.
It's never, no. So, and it's less grass that's out of control.
Just weeds.
And it's like this crazy, well, it's still grass, but it's like it's not the good grass. It's crappy grass. It's the grass they put in when they built our house. And it was like.
Not in our backyard. We did our backyard.
Oh, that's right. We put that in. So that's why that one's so good, is because of the good grass. The bad grass is in front. That's the weeds. So, all right. So let me ask you this, Lauren.
Sure.
You know, because I mean, obviously, my wife and I are having a moment, and I don't want you to feel like a third
No.
wheel.
I'm enjoying this.
This is actually a very familiar scene. Everywhere we go,
yeah.
we've been actually.
I'm. What is it? I'm Steve.
Steve, yes.
Yeah, I'm Steve.
Yeah, Lauren is like.
I'm the forever third wheel, forever little sister to the Leah James duo.
Most of our really amazing trips we've had, there's Lauren in the
Your
background.
honeymoon trip to Manchester. I was there.
Lauren's like in the background smiling, like looking over her shoulder or something.
This
like,
beautiful weekend, day we did in Ireland.
Yep.
And here I am in the background of this beautiful castle. Hey guys, wait for
Yep,
me.
that's exactly right. So, see, that's who we are. We help the less fortunate,
Thank you.
right? We help those that
Wait.
can't help themselves.
The waywards. I am the wayward soul.
lost children of the world.
I am the wayward lost
I
child.
don't say that.
Thank you.
She doesn't. That's just me. So
I was
why?
I was thinking when you said that's who we are, that we welcome everybody as family, is what I was thinking.
Well, that too.
I do. I always feel like I'm family with Leah and James, but again, it's like the little sister that mom makes you take.
That's a good definition.
That is
Lauren.
literally that's what I've been my whole life in my own family dynamic, and then everywhere else.
Yep. So why do you think sometimes, so we have so many different people and so many different dynamics, right? Some people are married and they have really great support structures, right? And they have like some of the best cheerleaders. We
Awesome.
have some people who, their spouses aren't so
A little bit of a tug of war.
supportive, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're going away from me. And I'm like, why don't you just come with them and do it? You'll enjoy it too.
Yeah. Some of those spouses refuse to hang out with us.
Yeah, because they
hate us for some
for
reason.
some reason, yeah. I
We
think
don't
it's
know
me.
why.
But then we also have those people who are, they don't necessarily have a support. We are their support structure.
I would say I am that category.
Right.
I am the so far forever single, and BC is my support structure.
Yeah. So, I find that, because of that, sometimes, because a lot of the people, we were actually talking about this on one of our runs. We were like, we talk about what's our marathon time, what's our HYROX time, what's your pacing, and we talk about like, hey, what's your family life like? We hardly ever talk about what people's jobs are, right?
Okay.
There's so many people that I don't even know what they do for a living, right? I had Travis in here for one of the coaches' corners, and I've been coaching him now for, 6 months or something, and we've had plenty of awesome conversations. We've talked about traveling and biking and all these things he's done. Not once did I know that he was a lawyer, right? Or he was a patent attorney,
I didn't
right?
know that Rob was a lawyer until like a month ago. I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Rob actually works at the same office that Jen works at.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
she saw him at the gym one day and she's like, hey, I noticed that guy that came to the gym. I think he works in my office. And then he saw her. So I'm like, it's a small world, but still, because they work downtown.
Yeah.
Right? But still, like, we don't know that stuff because we don't talk about it. Because to us, that's not the important thing, is what you do for a living.
Well, and I think also one of the things people do when they come to the gym or they're like gym family is you don't want to talk about your job sometimes. So I think that's the thing people like, don't ask me questions about work.
Yeah. But anywhere else, that's the first thing you do. You
Yes.
say, hey, what do you do for a living?
What do you make?
What do you do? What do you do? Like, whatever. That's who you are, right?
Yeah.
And so here, that's not how we identify people, right? So, but how important do you feel like that communication is during like the busy training seasons, or during those struggles? How important do you feel like that communication is with the community or the people that that are holding you accountable?
I love, like, it's always like finding out, again, like Travis and Rob are both lawyers. Like, I love finding out these little things about people because it's like, because it gives you this little insight to the world outside of the training. And I think that insight really opens you up to like what all these people are like juggling. And I think that can like just make us create a better connection with people. Like, oh, this person's they're a high-ranked lawyer and they have to do all this. Plus, they're like a family man, and like they're like getting Rob like just is sending off one of his daughters to college and all that. So like you hear these little things about people's life outside of training, outside of the gym, and I think it does help give perspective of and a deeper respect for like what all they're doing through life and like how they're managing it all. Or maybe in some cases you're seeing how like they're struggling to manage it all, and you can kind of be there for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the biggest things that I noticed in the very beginning when I was coaching people was that one of the biggest factors for their success or the lack of success was what was going on outside of the gym, right? What was their work life like? What was their home life like? What were those other things that were pulling them away or causing some sort of additional challenge for them to be successful? And, whereas some things are, you can navigate. Other things are a little more challenging when you put in some parameters and some guardrails and things like that. But I think, ultimately what it comes down to is that, the community, whether it's your in-home community, your gym community, your run groups community, whatever it is very powerful, and it really does create, I think, this atmosphere for not just success, but being able to take your training and your fitness to another level, and you truly can train to a level of high performance.
Yeah.
Right. So why do you think community makes such a big deal? Why do you think it's so powerful when it comes to, like, say, running and HYROX? So that's one of the things that people love about running and about HYROX is that you hear it all the time. It's such a great community.
We use the term accountability a lot because I think that is a huge part of it. Like, you have this group of people who hold you accountable to show up for yourself and whatever your goals are. I think it's when you insert yourself into these communities and you actually become part of the community. I don't mean like the outliers who show up, they don't really talk to many people, and then they just kind of get in, get out. Because we've all got some of those people, and like in whatever gym community or run community, you've got the people who show up, do the work, leave. They don't really speak much. But the people who really like commit and insert themselves in, like the more and more we find out about each other, I think it does create this really strong bond of like we're all dealing with things. Like, this person's dealing with their own things. This person's dealing with like whatever with their spouse or work. And I think it creates this really deep connection of we're all dealing with things outside of this, but we're all showing up together and pushing each other to do something for us, not necessarily everything on the outside.
What do you think?
Well, like what she's saying, like where you're coming together to work out, but in those times of you're working out or when you're running and you're talking, you're connecting. And so not only accountability like in working out and doing that, but even in like other areas of your life where you're struggling, you have those people that support that is lifting you up or speaking these things into you that is helping you get through maybe the tough seasons that you have, you know. So, I mean, I know for me, there's been several times like we do like a hard workout and then we're sitting around talking and then tears start flowing and life, you know, you're talking about life and the struggles and stuff like that. And so, you have that support and that accountability. You have those people that you know that you can lean on and talk to. So they're not only there for the workout for that, but they're there for whatever you have going on in your life. Yeah. And they're helping you through it. They're a support for you. And that, I mean, that makes all, I mean, I think that's why people want to be connected, and that's why they're looking for like HYROX or a gym, you know, that they can connect to. Yeah. Not just, I mean, obviously the coaching staff and the workouts, like you have to be able to like see improvements there and stuff. But if you can make a personal connection with someone, they're going to stay. They're going to want to be a part because you've invested in them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think to add to that also, and I can say this as like from personal experience, I mean, there's no better like therapy time than like going on a zone 2 run with people, because I mean, you can, if you're with a trusted group or like friends, that's an opportunity for you to talk about whatever's going on and like discuss, but you can really learn a lot from the other people within your group. Like you and James are like a great example of, and Tommy and Heather, like those are great examples of like strong relationships, strong marriages. And I think those are always things that like people like me or other people who are maybe single and trying to navigate, you know, a romantic relationship, like it's always, we can learn a lot from people who've been doing it a long time. So I think there's always an opportunity to like improve yourself from being able to connect with these other people, because there might be people in that group who are living a life that you aspire to have.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I heard someone once say that, show me the 5 people that you spend the majority of your time with and I'll show you your future.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So who you surround yourself with, well, a lot of times will dictate, you know, your level of success or your level of the opposite,
lack of success.
Right? So, so I really do, I believe it. I believe community creates consistency. You know, I really do think that oftentimes people isolate themselves, and the more you isolate yourself, then the hard seasons become harder. And, you know, when people have the right support, when they have people around them that are encouraging them, they tend to push a little bit harder and they're able to handle more. And so, you know, the right people will really pull greatness out of you, you know? And so if maybe you're listening to this and maybe you're that person that needs that support, right? Maybe tell the person, hey, you know, this means a lot to me, and it would mean a lot to me if you would support me. And, you know, I feel like if you did it with me as well, this would make our relationship stronger and make us better together. If you're the person that's the support structure, realize that, you know, one of the things I think that marriage has taught me is that relationships are not about you. And I think that's the biggest mistake that people make, is they go into a relationship thinking that it's about them. And, you know, not that I'm not saying that you're not important, right? And that you're not an important part of the relationship, and your job is not to please the other person, right? And to get your identity from the other person. But when your desires or the things that you want are the most important thing, that's very selfish. And you can't have real unconditional love that way, right? Because then now it becomes like you're trying to compete, right? It's like you're doing this, but really it's not because you're doing it because you want to. You're doing it because you're trying to get this.
Well, I was saying you have an end goal. Like
Exactly.
you expect, maybe if you're giving a certain amount of something, you're expecting it back, and if you don't get it back in the way you maybe gave it, and that's
the way you feel like,
or in the way you feel like you
want it.
deserve it, then it really can, you can become resentful.
Right. So, you know, it's really comes down to, you know, like what we understand marriage is like 2 have become 1. So like there's no more Leah. It's Leah and James. It's always Leah and James, or James and Leah, right? We don't have separate bank accounts, right? We don't have, you know, we have 2 different cars, but they both belong to Leah. You know, it's that kind of thing. And she lets me drive
They both belong
one
to
or the other one every now and again, right? So, you know, everything that we have together, right? We don't make decisions without each other. You know, even a lot of small things even, right? I mean, yeah, there's some dumb things we do sometimes, like she goes to the eco thrift and doesn't ask permission,
I still need to go.
right?
Check it out.
And don't ask permission.
Well, she's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, but you know, for the most part, we do everything together, right? And we try to make decisions together, and that includes all the fitness stuff we're going to do, right? I even coach Leah sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes
I'm a very, very good athlete.
Are you coachable,
she
Leah?
is a good athlete. Leah's a very good athlete.
Am I coachable?
Are you coachable?
Yes,
I would say yes.
Yes,
He says
she's coachable,
There feels like there's a butt coming.
but
is.
sometimes she is also very strong-willed. Remember, she's a redhead naturally.
Y'all can't see it.
And so she's very powerful. And we have a small group that we do together, like her and some other athletes. And I just realized, like maybe after about a month of doing it, that I put the wrong people together.
Oh, you got some real
They're
strong-willed
all
people
like
in
very
there.
strong-willed
The
women,
3 women in that group.
right? And Leah's usually like the first one to like give me some guff about some kind of movement or whatever. And it's usually not very quiet. 30 burpees, right? So it's not like, oh, whatever you like. It's never that. So she will let you know if she is not a fan of something. So, but she's very teachable. So, but while we're walking through this thing together, there are sometimes I ask her to do something, and I know she's not going to want to do it, right? Or I'm gonna say, hey, we're gonna go. I want to go do this race, and I want you to go with me. And I know it's probably not going to be an easy sell, because the first thing she's going to think about is, what else do I have going on?
Oh,
It's school, or
what?
no, you were going to say
What was
what?
the other thing?
No, what were you going to say? Yes. How much does it cost? I know that's coming next. This is the chick that lives at the eco thrift, guys. Okay, she's cheap. She's the cheap as they come, right? So
Hey, it could be worse. It could be like designer.
no, it could be, and it's not. I'm very thankful for that. But this is the kind of chick, we'll go shopping, we'll go out like to a store and stuff, and she'll try on things and then put them back because they're too expensive.
I've convinced myself.
That they're too expensive.
No, that I don't need it.
I don't need it, right?
Yeah, not for that price.
Because exactly, there it is. And then we went to that. I was like, one day, a couple weeks ago, I was like, hey, I was thinking about going out to the outlet mall. You want to go with me? And she said, no. Yeah, I'll go with you.
No, I said yes. And then as I sat there and thought about it, I was like, oh, nah.
I don't need to go. No, I'm not going. And I was like, what the heck, dude? And then she went
Well,
reluctantly.
you said, oh, I really wanted you to go. So I was like, okay, I'll go.
Yeah, so reluctantly. She went. So we walked around, and she didn't look at nothing. The only store she looked at was looking at stuff for Olivia.
You don't go to eco thrift, do you? You don't do thrifting. I was gonna say that's the difference though. Like you're saying she goes to eco thrift, but you only wear you're very big about your textiles, your
Yes.
fabrics.
This is true.
You're very dedicated to like certain brands of your clothing that you know feel really good, and those tend to cost more money.
This
Okay.
is true.
Just because it is eco thrift does not mean that it is like crappy stuff.
I
definitely
say it
don't
was.
disagree with it. I
didn't
love a
say it
thrift.
was. I went to the eco thrift with you. On that same day, we shopped around. She bought nothing. And then she's like, well, I think I want to go to eco thrift. And I was like, all right, I'll go with you. And so we went to the eco thrift. And she spent a lot of time in there. And the moment I walked into that store, I was like, God, I hate this store. It is very well organized.
It's not like a Ross.
No, it's very
No.
well organized. It was very clean. It was very nice. But I'm not a fan of the eco thrift.
You don't like thrifting. Doesn't seem like you feel like just
No, he's more designer consignment.
I can handle
that's right.
designer
Okay,
consignment.
I was like,
I
do
can
you-
handle that.
I was going to ask, do you like not, because I've met some people who like don't like the idea of wearing something that somebody else has worn before.
It's not that I
Does that
mind
bother
wearing
you?
something somebody else has worn. It's just if I have an idea, if I walk in and it smells like old people and mothballs, I'm not down.
That's when you know the good stuff's going to be there.
No.
A
I can't
dusty
handle it.
place.
I have found so much good stuff there. I'm always getting complimented.
Yeah. I complimented you on something like this past week.
This
Yeah.
eco thrift.
Yeah, I know, Leah. I know. I mean, she ain't wearing it, but it ain't eco thrift.
That's not true.
I mean, lately
Anyways.
she has anything she has that's expensive is because I bought it, and she probably won't wear it
I got
because it's too expensive to wear and it's not comfortable.
That is
one of my favorite sweaters that I always get asked about every time I wear it. I got at a thrift store in Paris.
Well, I was gonna say
see?
we
But
went
that-
to a thrift store in Paris.
I hunted those places down.
We
and
were
I
in Paris, and then we
thrifted.
went to one we were in Florence too. That one in Florence I thought was really cool, but it was a different level. Like it was so
They
much.
got like good leather and
the
stuff.
quality was so
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
better of the stuff.
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
true. Well, it's because the brands are different. I feel like it's not like the same. Like,
Well, she was like,
we
look,
sometimes get here.
this is Zara. It's still got the tag on it. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, somebody probably didn't wear it. It's still got the tag. But, like, Zara is not exactly high quality.
I wouldn't say it was high quality, but
Well, I'm just saying, though. It wasn't like Dolce or something like that. Actually, we walked by. What did we walk by? And you were like, are you going in there?
oh,
Burberry. That's what it
yes.
was.
Oh,
She was
I
like,
remember
are you
hearing
going to
about
step
this.
into Burberry, James?
Actually, I went to
that's right up your alley.
Yeah, it is.
I went to Wimberley with my mother for a wedding recently. I don't know if you've been to Wimberley. They have so many good like thrift stores, but they have like designer pieces because a lot of their small owned shops, like the owners will go hunting for like one of a kind, and they had like vintage Chanel from like the 70s. They had some great stuff. Still high dollar, but they had some good stuff.
So anyway, we have two different ideas and concepts of what's cheap, expensive, whatever. So I would say this is that simply, even though you have like these two differing ideas and like kind of, we still do everything together, right? So even though we have some things that are a little bit different, some different ideas of what shopping should be.
Do not get me wrong. I like expensive stuff,
I know.
but I don't want to spend my money on it right now.
I understand.
But if you gift it to her, she'll gladly take it.
Maybe. So I would say that as a whole, like we try to have the same mindset on things, right? We try to agree on things, and I think that makes everything so much easier, right? Even when, there's things you want to do that I don't want to do, like go to the eco thrift. But I'll go because I want you to be happy. You may not want to go to the outlet mall, but I want you to go, so you'll go, right? So those kind of compromises I feel like are so important in relationships, whether you're married or you're friends, right? Whether you have a friendship, right? Or even in the group, right? They really help take you to that next level. And so, whereas, the training isn't so important and the workouts are so important and, make sure you have a good structure and recovery, all those things are so important. But like the relationship aspect and having that fuel for the fire of encouragement and, people knowing there's somebody behind you and that you're not doing it on your own.
Yeah.
Right. I think does so much to allow you to take your training to another level. Right. So I feel like one of the things that really supports and sustains performance is having that amazing support structure behind you. Right. So Leah, I want to ask you, as we're wrapping this up, I want to ask you a couple, what do we call them?
Rapid fire?
Rapid fire questions.
Oh, no.
Okay. So that means you don't think about it.
Yeah, milliseconds to answer.
You just answer.
I don't do good.
Okay. So just first thing that comes to your mind.
Yep.
Okay. So some of them, I'm going to give you some softballs. Okay. You ready? Favorite daughter?
Really?
Me.
Olivia.
There you go. I tell Olivia she's my favorite daughter all the time.
Yeah,
she's
you
like, I'm your only daughter. I was like, okay.
I'd be like
Touche.
that you know of.
Touche. All right. Favorite HYROX station?
The end.
The end. Okay. All right. Least favorite HYROX station?
The pull. Or the push. I don't know. Each one.
So the sleds in general?
Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite running distance?
Ooh. A 5K.
Are you sure?
Yes, because it's over.
Because it's over quickly? All right.
I don't know. You're making me nervous.
Don't get nervous. These are all softballs. Morning workouts or evening workouts?
Evening.
Why not? Why not morning, Leah?
Because I don't like to wake up early.
Okay. Let's see. Who's your favorite HYROX partner?
Lillian.
Not your husband, huh?
Well, we've only
No,
raced
it's
once.
fine. No, it's fine. I know if you had said James, Lillian would have called you and you'd have been a problem. So you made the right choice.
No.
You made the right choice. It's okay. My feelings aren't hurt, Leah.
He tried to take all the wall balls from you.
I'm pretty sure you did. You
I
said,
didn't try to.
You,
I did.
You said, no, I'm not going to do them all.
Yeah.
And then you did them all.
Number 60 or something. And she said, are you doing all of them? I said,
Who
no.
is your favorite HYROX partner?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I don't have one. I've had so many partners. I can't choose.
Not one
No,
of them's your
you have to
favorite?
pick.
You have to pick one.
This is not rapid fire for me.
Yeah, it is.
It is now.
It is not No, it's not. You
We're
can't
trying to-
turn
It
around
is.
on me.
We're-
This is my show.
You know
it's
that
called the Running with James show.
3 people.
Let
are
me
listening all
remind
night.
you, who's the boss?
You got 3 people who are intently
Nice,
listening
Leah.
on this.
Nice. All right. Who takes out the trash more, me or you?
Me.
Liar!
No.
Liar! Okay. That's not true, but okay. Who does more cooking, you or me?
You.
Who cooks better?
You.
Boom! Told you.
I feel like we all knew that.
Yes. No, nobody knew that. What's your next race?
Undecided.
Undecided. I thought your little partner already had you committed to something.
I don't know. Maybe HYROX Houston?
Maybe. Dude.
That's
not
so
Dallas?
far away.
I don't know that if she wants to do Dallas.
Really? Okay.
Maybe you should try your solo race.
She did a solo race.
I remember.
She did a
that
solo
was
race.
that was your first HYROX was a solo race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sleds almost broke me.
Yeah, I have this awesome
But you're
picture
stronger
of her
now.
and
I
Lillian
am.
standing
I
next
like-
to each other at the sled pull, looking at each other.
Like, why we're here?
Do you want to quit?
Yeah.
I wanted to cry and quit.
Yeah.
You're so much stronger now, Leah.
That was horrible. It was horrible.
It was so awesome. I was enjoying that whole race. That was so good.
I'm sure you
Watching
enjoy
y'all.
suffer.
No, I was watching y'all and your faces were so awesome because it was Lillian's idea to do it solo. Because I tried to get y'all to do doubles and she was like, no, we should do it by herself. And then y'all just.
I don't know that we really. I don't know. I think it was after because I
After
don't.
what?
That maybe you tried to get us together. I don't think you tried to get us
No,
together
I did
before.
because I did the doubles. So I was like, I ain't doing solo by myself. That'd be too stupid hard.
I don't know. I thought we were ready.
You were ready.
No.
You finished it.
She's like, no, we were not.
When I got out there and that thing just spit me out. No, I was not ready. I was not prepared.
No. Well, now you know though. I mean, and knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe. So anyway, Leah, I want to say something to you. I want to say first of all the wives I've ever had, you're my favorite. Okay, you're number one, numero uno.
That's right, because I'm the one and only
That's
that you'll
right.
ever have.
That's right. You're my first, my last, my everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Second of all, I want to say thank you for coming on today. I know you were not super excited about this. Leah does not like being the center of attention.
Nope.
See? I'm not even sure what's going through her little brain right now. But thank you so much for coming on. I enjoyed it. I thought you did a good job.
I thought you did great. You haven't been on in like 2 years.
Yeah.
So this is nice.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for having me.
You have a
And
silky
listening
smooth
to me.
voice. Oh, I'll always listen to you.
With a little twang.
Well, she's a country bumpkin. We have an understanding that I saved her from living in the squalors.
We have an understanding, or you?
You have this idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, while I was courting Leah, we'll close on this. While I was courting Leah, she was living out in Magnolia, technically.
Tomball.
Basically South Dallas. And
Dallas.
I remember the first date we had after I had to woo her because she said I wasn't her type when I first asked about her for her sister, because apparently she doesn't like attractive men. And so as I began to court her, and so I remember our first date, I went to go pick her up at in the woods, and it was the last time I ever drove out there. It almost ended our relationship.
Oh, I don't know about that, but yes, you only came out to my house one time.
To pick you up, and after that I was like, hey, because you worked off
290.
off 290,
Yeah.
so it was on your way home. So I was
Yeah.
like, hey, why don't you just stop by on your way home? We'll hang out or we'll go do things, right?
Yeah. Very convenient for you.
So I am a very, very fortunate individual that Leah put up with all that. So, but thank you very much, baby. I love you very much. I thank you for coming on the show today. Guys, this is what I'm going to encourage you to do. If you can find yourself a spouse or a friend as amazing as my wife is, then you have found an amazing thing. If you can't, don't ask me how I did it. I'm obviously blessed and highly favored. And she must have been in a very, very bad spot at the time. And I just got super lucky. So thank you, Lord Jesus, for that. So guys, thanks for listening today. Thanks for coming in. Once again, if you haven't already subscribed to the show and you enjoy the kind of content, we do different things like this all the time. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on all the platforms. Subscribe, follow, rank. That'd be awesome as well. You can also check us out to get more additional content on the Patreon. And then also, if you want to get some super sweet gear, some merch, go to mybeastfit.com, hit the get your gear now, and you can get all kinds of cool tank tops, shorts, all that good stuff. And that really does help to support the show. So thanks, guys, for coming in. And as always, when you change your mind,
You change your life. Oh, Leah.
seriously, dude.
I'm sorry.
It's like you've never listened to the
Ridiculous.
podcast before.
Yeah, I asked her about that, actually. I was like,
You change your life, guys.
sometimes. Change your mind, change your life.